In 2025, can a virgin succeed on Tinder? Well, I decided to find out by going undercover as the geekiest, nerdiest virgin you can imagine to see what would happen. And the results are gonna surprise you. All right, let's take a look at my profile. So I wanted to think of the most virgin name possible, and for some reason, Urkel is what came to my mind. So here I am, Urkel, 35 years old, which is my real age. And so my front photo is the one I used for the feminist experiment, which says her body, her choice, because I guess it's something a virgin would wear. But other than that, I kept my photos exactly the same as I do for whenever I do any other experiment or as my regular profile, because I want to compare the virgin profile results to my regular results. So here we have, you can see my second photo, third photo, and of course a cute photo of my dog. And this is a solid profile that usually gets me pretty good results. Like typically, if I create a profile like this and I let it run for 48 hours, I'll get 50 to 100 likes or something along the lines of that. And then it kind of slows down after that, after the new boost wears off. So here, let's take a look at my bio. I need to think of a way of communicating that I'm a virgin without making it seem like it's obvious. Because if I was just to say, I'm a virgin, or I've never seen a vagina, it would just come off as the girls would be like, what the fuck, like this guy's trolling. So here's how I did it. I said 2 truths and a lie. I climbed Mount Everest, I'm a virgin, my best friend is my dog. Guess correctly, and first round is on me. And I think combined with the name Urkel, you just got that message along very clearly. And so here we can see I let this run for 48 hours. I got 28 likes. And then also there was about 19 girls that I matched with because I did some swiping. So when we combine that all together, it's like I got something like 55 likes or something along the lines of that in the span of 48 hours, which is not bad, but it's still going to be about 2x worse than I would normally do. And then after that, the matches started coming in, or the likes started coming in about 15 or so a day. So it definitely slows down after the new boost wears off. And there was actually some hot girls that I matched with. Here's one. Here you can see another one, pretty hot MILF over here with obviously real tits, and a third one, right? So there's definitely some hot girls I matched with. Of course, there's also some not so hot girls. And let's take a look at some of my virgin text games. So this was really a challenge for me because I wanted to like really make my texting to be that of like a massive nice guy who has no experience with girls. And so here's what I came up with. So I opened this girl with, hey, I'm new to this and not sure what to say, but you have a really nice smile. That was the opener I was using. And as a side note, even though this was kind of just a troll opener for this experiment, it had a pretty high response rate. So you can consider trying this opener or variation of it just for your own text game because it was working surprisingly well. This girl's like, hello, how's it going? I say, pretty good, just got back from church. It was loads of fun. How about you? She's like, sorry, that's good. Are you from here? Her spelling is just atrocious because I'm just visiting my family. I have to 1 week to enjoy Miami, this week and next week. I say, I am, yes. We should make this week worth remembering then. She says, sure, maybe we could meet at the mall. Are you on Instagram? What are you looking on this app? So here I say, yeah, we can go for a romantic stroll around Brickell, which is like a nice part of Miami. Shoot me your number and we can talk over WhatsApp. And bam, she gives me the number. All right, let's take a look at the next one. So, and these are going to get more and more interesting as they continue, so make sure you watch until the very end. So here I say the same opener, hey, I'm new to this, not sure what to say, but you have a really nice smile. She's like, thank you, I'm new here too, how are you? I say, oh, perfect, I'm good. Was able to squeeze in a bit of Bible study in between work and the gym, so feeling quite productive. How about you? And yeah, for some reason I made this virgin guy like super religious. She says, that's amazing. What religion are you? I'm studying and working. I'm not feeling very productive lately. So I say, I'm Catholic, and no worries. Maybe I can make you one of my famous caffeine smoothies, and you'll be back to crushing it. Smiley face. She says, I really need, haha. I say, I got you. We should get together sometime soon. Okay, haha. Shoot me your number. And then she gives me the number. All right, let's take a look at 2 more. So here's a different opener I was trying, which is, you seem like a nice girl. She's like, that I am. I say, good, I'm a nice boy. I guess a match made in heaven. Kind of a little play on words there. She's like, for sure. So then I say, so tell me, what do you like to do for fun? She says, beach, pool, boating, swimming, working out, shopping, traveling, designing art, trying new places for dinner. How about you? So I say, oh, nice. I like travel, reading, going to church, kind of slipping that in there, playing with my puppy, just missing a little her name in my life. By the way, as a side note, that's a really, really good text that you guys can just steal. I've talked about in the past. But whenever a girl asks you, what do you like to do for fun? I'll typically give her a few activities and I'll say, just missing a little. Let's say her name is Katie. So I'll say, just missing a little Katie in my life. And it's a really good transition to setting up the date. So she would just respond with, let's do dinner. And then here I say, only if we can go on a romantic stroll after. She says, of course, baby cakes. Maybe you can think of a good way to surprise me on our first date. I love surprises. So I say, ooh, I have a few ideas. What's your schedule like? Again, super super beta nice guy text game, but I'm still following the general rules of texting in the fact that I'm moving things forward, I'm soft closing before I'm hard closing. So it's an interesting combo. She says, very flexible. I like to hang out early though. I say, you mean early, right? Because she misspelled it. How about this weekend? See, baby, that would be wonderful. I say, no problem. Shoot me your number, and bam. And here we have one last one. So I say, hey, I'm new to this and not sure what to say, but you have a really nice smile. She's like, I'm also new to this. I opened it yesterday as we don't know what you're saying. Hello. I don't know what she means by that, but anyway, I just ignore that and say, oh, cool, I guess we're both Tinder virgins, haha. She says, haha, yes, I guess so. Where are you from? I say, originally Eastern Europe, but been in Miami for a while. How about you? Really? I live in Europe and Spain. You speak Spanish? So here I make a joke. I speak gringo Spanish. Maybe I'll bust it out on our date. She says, yo hablo más español. She's saying, I speak mostly Spanish. And then she says, would you like to have a date? Where do you live? And that's a really good sign when the girl's just asking you out like that. I say, yes, that would be great. I'm in blah, 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 whatever part of Miami I'm in. How about you? She's like, blah, blah, her part of Miami. So here I decide to kind of step things up. I say, that's not too bad. You don't mind them are virgin, right? Just want to make sure, haha. And she says, haha, I'm also a virgin, which I don't know if I actually believe, but I'll leave that to your guys' judgment. I say, oh, wow, that's perfect. She says, what are you looking for? I say, I'd like to meet a cool girl I have chemistry with. She's like, that's good, I like that. Shoot me your number. And then she gives me the number, and bam. So that's 4 girls in the span of, 4 number closes in the span of, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days that we ran this experiment for. And also I just had to include this just for the lulz. So messaging this girl with this opener, hey, this is Urkel's mom. He skipped church today, so I sent him to bed early. He will text you tomorrow. Hope you guys hit it off. But I haven't had time to wait for her response, so we'll see what she'll say to that. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed meeting Urkel. Let's keep our fingers crossed for him, so hopefully he loses his virginity one day. But anyway, I think there's basically 2 lessons here that I think are kind of obvious, but I'll just go through them real quick. First is that good photos are what matters the most, and anyone's capable of getting great photos if you're smart and you know what you're doing. And for more info on that, check out my free Tinder guide, because we saw, despite having the virgin name, the virgin bio, and kind of just some of the cringy nice guy texting, I was still able to get a lot of interest, and that's again because my photos are solid after years and years of just perfecting and fine-tuning, the pics I'm gonna use for Tinder. And the second thing is that even though I was doing nice guy text game with a lot of ha-has and LOLs and like, oh my god, I can't wait till we do go romantic stroll, I'm Urkel the virgin, and all that crap, right? I was still generally following the fundamentals of a good text game. Like I was building investment, right, by asking questions. I was making the conversation playful by making jokes and stuff like that, even though it's virgin playful. And also I was basically closing optimally. I wasn't just going straight from a convo to like, hey, what time are you free? I was basically soft closing first and the hard closing. So you can have greatly different styles. You can do super nice guy text game, even though I don't recommend that at all. But as long as you're following the fundamentals that talk about my videos, I also talk about my free Tinder guide, then you're going to be okay. And again, if you want to see that free Tinder guide, link is going to be in the description. Thank you guys. Until next time.